Dr. Newman, the convocation is gathered.
You may be seated. As Senior Associate Dean of the McCombs School of Business, it's my honor and pleasure to welcome the families and friends of our December 2010 graduating class. This is a momentous day in the lives of our graduates. When you first arrived at UT, you came to us as eager, energetic, and intelligent students with hopes of earning a first-rate business education and launching a bright future. We had high hopes for you as well. I'm pleased to say that you've exceeded our expectations. We're very proud of you and delighted to have you carry forth the reputation of our business school into the world. You're the reason we're here as teachers, staff, administrators, to develop new ideas to share with you, to teach, to mentor, to challenge and encourage you, and to participate with the university in its core purpose of transforming lives for the benefit of society. We expect great things from you. Now I'd like to introduce our commencement marshals. Linda Gerber, a senior lecturer in the Department of Marketing and the director of the International Business Program. Linda, where are you? This end. Please stand. And Rick Byers, a distinguished senior lecturer in the Department of Information, Risk, and Operations Management. This year's student speaker is Jefferson Fisher, an outstanding student graduating with a bachelor's degree in marketing. Jefferson was selected as a member of the inaugural class of the McCombs Leadership Program, a co-curricular experience consisting of unique programs and activities to complement the academic requirements. Jefferson enhanced his leadership development, awareness, and actions on an individual, local, and global level through this program. As a member of the UT mock trial team, Jefferson was honored with an All-American Award and placed 6th in the national competition. Jefferson and his teammates were the 2010 regional champions. Jefferson is a member of the Texas Wranglers and was the recipient of the Chad L. Wargo Memorial Scholarship. Following his graduation, Jefferson will be working for the Texas State Legislature in the Office of the Sergeant at Arms. Here to deliver a message on behalf of the graduating class is Jefferson Fisher.
Good morning. Whether you're graduating early or late, to the overachiever and procrastinator, congratulations. Thank you to faculty and professors for serving as role models, guiding us through our education. Most importantly, thank you to friends and family for your continual love and support. And I think it is only fit at this time to recognize some of these individuals. To the dads, thank you sincerely for your 1-minute phone conversations. You doing all right, son? Yeah, Dad, I'm doing okay, just busy. You need anything? No, I think I'm all right. Sounds good, I love you, talk to you later. Thank you for those insightful words of wisdom, such as, go get 'em, or don't do what I did. And we can never forget those awkward moments when we need to ask you to add just a little bit more into our bank accounts. To the moms, thank you for your hour-long phone calls, consisting of questions such as, what did you have for lunch? Have you met a pretty girl yet? When are you going to get a girlfriend? Do you not want me to have grandchildren? Did you watch Grey's Anatomy last night? Did you see the last episode of The Bachelorette? When was the last time you washed your bed sheets? Those surprise packages of paper towels, baby wipes, Febreze, fabric softeners, antibacterial hand gel, and Tide-to-Go pens have not gone overlooked. And to the grandparents, thank you for trying to learn how to text. Even though your messages do not make sentences, or much less any sense, whatever jumble we receive, we always know means I love you and I miss you. Graduates, if you would, let us stand and applaud to those who have brought us to where we are today. Now, for the remainder of this speech, I could talk of our numerous accomplishments as undergraduates, our excelling in one of the top business schools in the country. Or I could talk of how successful we're all going to be in the future, how much money we'll make, how we can be leaders of corporate America. But instead, I'd like to present a challenge: changing the world. Sounds a little bit overrated, doesn't it? I mean, we hear it all the time. At our high school graduation ceremony, the first day of orientation, from faculty and staff, and those awesome UT commercials where the tower lights up. What starts here changes the world. It's on t-shirts, banners, bumper stickers. It's all around us. But when will we truly believe we can do it? And if we believe, then where do we start? It starts with you. And now what we've heard, it always starts with you. But they left out one critical detail. Life isn't about you, and it's not about me. It never was, nor will it ever be. We are all about to find out this simple fact very, very soon. I will repeat it. Life is not about you. It's a hard concept to wrap around your head. I mean, we are so focused on me, mine, and I want all the time. And most of the time, we don't even realize that we're doing it. For example, walking to and from class, crossing the streets. We think we can walk anywhere, anytime we so well please. And the cars, well, they can wait. Can't they see that I'm walking? Can't they see that I have somewhere to be? Driving around class. Suddenly, we hate every pedestrian that ever walked the face of this earth. Look at them just slowly walking in front of my car. You know, I think he's walking slow on purpose. Are they ever going to let me through? Get out of my way. Can't you see that I'm driving? Can't you see that I have somewhere to be? Oh, how easily and quick we are to change the tables to make life revolve around us. And that's just one of the many daily examples. You know, this waitress isn't bringing me my food on time. She's not giving it to me when I want it. This car in front of me needs to speed up. It's not going as fast as I want it. I want to go faster than the speed limit. Our attitudes and perceptions are constantly influenced by the need to have me number one. So if life isn't about me, then what in the world is it about? Well, some say it's about money. And as business students, we know a lot about money. That's practically what our whole undergraduate education has been about. Diversifying stock portfolios, money market analysis, income statements, fiscal acronyms, streamlining supply chains, analyzing target markets, debit the window and credit the door. Or credit the window and debit the door, whichever one it is. Nearly all of our business education has revolved around one single thing: money. But why? Well, money makes the world go around, don't you know? Money will buy you happiness. Money can get you homes, cars, boats, security, a nice suit, and something to talk about over a fancy business dinner. It gives us the ability to buy things, but will it truly give you happiness? I don't think it will. Money alone cannot give you happiness. It may be a means to that happiness, but without an intrinsic passion and an innate drive for the way in which you achieve that wealth, you will not be satisfied. So go off and buy your cars, your boats, your homes. But realize that when we leave this earth, and we will all leave this earth, that possession you worked so hard for will then be meaningless. In short, find a job that will make you happy. If you are happy, then the money will come. So how to be happy? Get a job that you would come into work for every single day, even if you did not get paid. What a job, huh? Well, sure, we all want a handsome career that looks good in an autobiographical book. We want to retire by the age of 26 and live wealthy as we work the stock market. But see that there is a bigger picture to it all. It's about relationships. Your family, your spouse, your best friends, your good friends, the coworkers that you like. These relationships are the things that make you happy. One of the last phone conversations I had with my grandfather, he said, "You know, son, it seems that as I get older, I draw my loved ones closer to me. And it's those relationships that start to mean just that much more." I think there's a lot of truth and wisdom in that. The people who we surround ourselves with impact our attitudes and behaviors all of the time. In your future, surround yourself with those who share the same passions you have. And don't wait till the future. Start now. Choose the culture of a company over its net profit. It's about citizenship. We are called to work for positive change on behalf of others in the community and acknowledge the interdependence of those who are involved in or affected by our efforts. Open your eyes. See that we are all connected. In this amazing School of Business, we have learned so much. We learned to lead people. We learned to manage people and how to impress people. But I also encourage you to take care of other people. Your satisfaction for helping other people will always trump your satisfaction for just helping yourself. So it is upon us to change the workplace, change the company, change the community. Tom Brokaw was once quoted saying, "You are educated. Your certification is in your degree. You may think of it as a ticket to the good life. Let me ask you to think of an alternative. Think of it as your ticket to change the world." To change the world. Is it possible? I mean, can we really do it? When will we believe we can do it? It doesn't start with you or me. It starts with a choice to care for other people. This is where we have the opportunity to change the world. It starts with foregoing our need to satisfy self-goals of wealth and deciding to commit to a higher calling of servitude. I challenge you, I urge you to live a life outside of yourself. Because at the end of our lifetime, success is not measured by financial status. Success is not measured by the comfort and complacency of our own lives. Nor is it measured by how much we love. But rather, success is measured by how much we are loved. Who are the ones most remembered when they pass away? The ones who are the richest? The ones who had the most expensive cars, who got to fly in the corporate jet plane? Are the ones that showed their devotion to the common good and expressed love to everyone around them? I think the Beatles put it right. For I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me love. Live a life dedicated to the success and well-being of others. If you do this, your own success will take care of itself. Go forth and do good things. Thank you.
Jamie Rhodes is the chair of the Central Texas Angel Network, which provides funding and support to Texas entrepreneurs across a broad spectrum of industries. With over 30 years of experience in technology management, Mr. Rhodes is currently an entrepreneur in residence at Texas State University, working with the newly created Office of Commercialization and Industrial Relations. He has also served on the advisory board of the University of Texas IC² Institute. Previously, Mr. Rhodes founded the Perceptive Sciences Corporation, recognized as one of the nation's top market research companies based on the use of cognitive psychology. Before founding Perceptive, Mr. Rhodes entered the entrepreneurial arena as the co-founder of a startup focused on the telecom industry. He spent the early years of his career as a software engineer working with numerous startups in Austin, most notably National Instruments. A recipient of both a bachelor's and master's degree from the University of Texas at Austin, here to address our graduates is Jamie Rhodes.
Thank you, Dean Newman, distinguished faculty, brand new graduates, the McCombs School of Business. That was an excellent speech we just heard. And what I think I'm going to do is give you the same speech, but from 30 years later. And it's meant to be practical advice. So I'm really speaking to the new graduates here. When Dean Gilligan asked me to make this speech, my first response to him was, "Can't you find an astronaut?" And he said, well, your audience, these young graduates, don't want to be astronauts. They want to be in business. And so they want to hear from someone in business. So I am honored to be here speaking to you, the best and the brightest. And in thinking about it, you must have been heads down, focused on nothing but academics, making great grades, at least all the way through high school to get into the University of Texas, and then all the way through the University of Texas to graduate from the McCombs School of Business. So there is some practical advice that I think is worth sharing with you, because the strange thing is, your next step out into the world, your boss won't tell you what to do. Your boss won't tell you how to do your job. You're going to have to figure that out yourself. And my advice to you is don't accept a job. When you are offered a job, look at it as an invitation into a company, to walk into that company and figure out what do they really need done and what do you love to do, and create your own job that's something they really need and that you love to do. And in fact, if you have an idea that's so big the world needs it, then create your own company to create your own job that you love. You're going to work far too hard and too long hours to do something you don't enjoy. So let's talk about a few examples. Let's talk Texas football. You ready? Texas. Hey, you're not asleep yet. That's excellent. Mac Brown. Many people would think Mac Brown is working for the money. I don't think he is. I think if Mac Brown was doing what he's doing for the money, he'd have quit a long time ago and he'd be on the beach enjoying his money. He's not. He's working 20 hours a day. He's having seasons like this season where it's not all fun. So why is he doing it? He does it because he loves it. He works 20 hours a day, 9, 10, 11, maybe 12 months a year because he loves it. And success follows that and money follows that. Well, so you might be thinking, but he didn't create his own job. He just took the job as the head coach. Well, I don't think so. If you remember our previous coach, John Makovic, he was all X's and O's. He liked to have a glass of wine and talk about offense. Mac Brown, who started at the bottom, remember, he was a coach at OU. Mac Brown, when he arrived, he turned it into the job he wanted to do. He is an ambassador, and he went out and found every coach, every high school coach in the state of Texas, and he had beer and barbecue with them, and he befriended them and said, you can send your best players here, I'll take good care of them. And then he went to the previous coaches and the previous stars of the Longhorn team, and he said, I want you to come back and be part of the team. I want you to share your legacy. I want you to share your spirit of winning. And he brought them back. He made it his job. He treated it completely differently. And because he loved it, he did it well, and the money followed. I am a small company guy. I did a number of startups in my first 10 years of my career. Then I ended up at IBM for 10 years in management. When I first got to IBM, I spent the first few months integrating with the executive team. And at the end of a few months, I had decided my bosses were crazy. And the reason is they were promoting the wrong people. They were rewarding the wrong people. They were reconfiguring and reorganizing, which bureaucracies do constantly, in a way that didn't make sense. You might find yourself in that situation someday. What I did at that point was sit down and figure out what's going on. What are they thinking? I know they're not crazy. And when I did that, all of a sudden I understood what game they were playing. And one of the things, in fact, if you buy me a beer, I'll tell you what the game was, but I can't tell you here now. But one of the things they were that I realized was they were risk averse. They would not take a risk. And I will take a risk. And I love bleeding edge technology. So I combined those two, and I would go find the newest, most exciting technologies that were still unproven, that abounded in IBM, and I would make those my programs. And the executive team was happy to let me do that because they didn't want to take a risk. At one time, I owned all of TCP/IP, the Internet Protocol, for IBM. I owned all of it because it was risky. It was new at that time, and they didn't want to have anything to do with it. So the point is, I was able to create my own jobs inside IBM where most people, basically all the people, just march in line. That's the smart thing to do. But I did that, and I loved it. Later on, I went back to doing startups. I did a startup with a couple of partners, and we needed venture capital. So we started marching around the United States looking for venture capital. This was during the dot-com heyday. Well, one of my partners, there were two partners, and one of my partners, who was really the money guy, called me one day and said, we need to go to Chicago. There are some small VCs there that want to talk to us. So we flew to Chicago. We sat in a hotel restaurant, and two VCs walked in to join us. It was Vinny and Guido. Now, I'm just a country bumpkin from Austin, Texas, but I know a mobster when I see one. And that's what we were dealing with, mobsters. And we talked to them for hours. They left. I turned to my partner and said, those were mobsters. And he said, well, they make investments. We came back to Austin. A few days later, he called me and said, Vinny called him, and he's blackmailing him. He wants half the company. And I said, this is a very simple problem. We're going to throw the business plan in the trash, and we're going to think up something else to do, and we're not going to go talk to mobsters for funding. Well, he was actually so driven by money that he said no, he was going to figure out a way to handle it. And actually, over the next few weeks, he did. And at the same time, a reputable venture capitalist decided to invest in us. And what I had done there, let me recap, is I created the job of my dreams at this point, leading software development for a brand new .com when the internet was brand new, venture capital funded, job of my dreams. I stood up and walked away from it because I didn't want to be in business with somebody whose morals were that different than mine. And I recommend that to you. When you're in business with people whose ethics are way out of line with you, it's time to go find something else to do. So the point is, you can design your own job, be on your way to success, and turn out to have failure. So in closing, because I know I'm between you and a margarita, let me tell you one more example in case at this point you don't believe me. You can't create your own job. You can't make money at what you love. Well, I sit and watch television with my kids. There's a show on television. Clearly this guy loves to eat. That's what he loves to do. So he has a show on television where he goes around to dives and he eats hamburgers as big as his head and pizzas as big as a tire, and they film him and everybody applauds and he makes money eating. And clearly he took his passion, eating, and he turned it into a way to make money, and I'm sure he works extremely hard doing all that to create a show that's successful that we all enjoy watching, and I'm sure the money is fine. And so I want you to know you can do the same. And I encourage you, because you're smart as you are, you can do anything. And what you need to do is figure out something you love and figure out how you can make a living at it and create your own job and save the planet. Good luck.
This year's faculty speaker is Dr. Kathy Edwards, a senior lecturer in the Department of Management. She holds both a bachelor's and master's degree from Texas Christian University and a PhD from the University of Texas at Austin. Prior to her academic post at the University of Texas, Dr. Edwards served as the Assistant Director for Human Resources Development at the Austin State Hospital. She's also the founder and director of the Training Institute. Dr. Edwards is a 2001 recipient of the Teaching Excellence Award from the Undergraduate Business Council, a 2004 recipient of the Texas X's Teaching Award, and a member of the Faculty Honor Roll. Dr. Edwards was also selected as an inaugural recipient in fall 2009 for the Board of Regents Outstanding Teaching Award. She was one of 73 instructors from the entire University of Texas system who received this award, which recognizes outstanding undergraduate faculty performance and innovation. Here to address our graduates is Kathy Edwards.
Well, congratulations on completing this part of your learning journey. And I don't think it'll come as any surprise to you that what I want to focus on is learning. And as you go forth into the world of work and become a leader in your own right, I don't want you to think that this is the end of your learning. I think it was John Kennedy who said that leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. And so you'll have many opportunities to keep learning as you go through life. Our world is moving so fast and is so chaotic, and knowledge is dynamic, not static. And much of the knowledge that you'll need hasn't even been created yet, and you'll have a chance to be part of that. I'd like to highlight just a couple of things that are obstacles to learning, and one of them is knowing. And this is going to seem like a weird thing to talk about at a graduation, but being a knower rather than a learner can really get in the way. Particularly the need to be right is something that can be a real obstacle to you. And when you have a need to be right, it keeps you from learning from other people. It keeps you contributing to your own learning. And you can be dead right as quickly as you can be dead wrong. And one of the things I did in another life was to be a counselor. And in my work as a counselor, I frequently worked with couples who were having problems. And in doing that, I could almost always predict whether someone was going to make it in their relationship or not on the basis of whether they kept score. And keeping score in your relationships about who wins or loses the argument is a sure way to lose in the long run. So you can win the argument and lose the relationship. You can be right and not have a date on Saturday night. So that's not anything that we want to do. Another obstacle is a lack of humility, of being arrogant or believing that you're right and not staying open to your own learning. I think it was Ted Turner who said, "I'm just about perfect if I just had a little humility." And I think that that issue of humility is one we can all afford to spend a little more time on. One other thing related to learning, I believe, is the ability to reflect on your learning. In business, one of the things we're guilty of a lot is, rather than doing ready, aim, fire, is frequently we just fire, 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 and act without reflecting on what we're doing. And another scholar once said that experience is mandatory, learning is optional. And I believe that's true, and that in order to learn as much as possible, we have to stop sometimes and think about what our experiences have been and what we can do about it. And then finally, I think the last thing that can get in our way is just trying to learn alone. And learning is best done, I think, in relationship to other people. And you're very fortunate to be becoming part of the largest learning community in the world. The University of Texas and our alumni are literally all over the world. I can recall one time walking into a Vienna hotel and a busboy giving me the hook 'em horn sign. He saw the Longhorn sign on my luggage and talked to me about UT. In another case, I was lost in a London subway station, and a former student walked up to me and helped me get out of there. And so there are people who know what it means to be a Longhorn all over this world. And you can call on them, you can call on us anytime you need to. And I hope that you'll give back as well, that as you go through your business life, that you'll be willing to help other younger students as they come through our system. And then finally, the last thing I want to say is just thank you. Thank you, first of all, to the people of Texas who had the vision to create this wonderful university, and that we're all so privileged to be part of. Thank you, as Jefferson said, to your family and friends who stood by you and supported you through this journey. Thank you to the staff who worked so hard, and your faculty who I can attest to spend countless hours working to be sure that you have everything you need to learn. And then finally, I just want to thank you, and thank you for sharing your learning journey with us. It's been a joy. Thank you.
Thank you, Jefferson, Jamie, and Kathy. Wonderful remarks. And it's finally time for your turn. I'd like to introduce Paula Murray. She's the Associate Dean for Undergraduate Programs and a professor in the Department of Business, Government, and Society. Dean Murray is here to present this year's degree candidates.
Good morning, everyone. It's now finally time for what you've all been waiting for, probably for their whole lives, so it's finally here. I have a few things I want to say, just kind of information. We're going to individually recognize each member of the McCombs School of Business class of December 2010. But I'd like to bring to your attention that the students are wearing, some of the students are wearing cords and medallions. The burnt orange and white cords are representative of students who have been recognized as college scholars, and students wearing medallions have been recognized as distinguished college scholars. These honors are a reflection of a cumulative academic achievement, including a high grade point average, as well as rigid coursework. These honors are bestowed each spring at our Honors Day ceremony. Students wearing blue and green cords have added a global dimension to their business education by studying abroad on a McCombs BBA International Exchange Program. Then students wearing red and gold cords are graduates of the Business Honors Program. And students wearing pewter medallions are graduate of the McCombs Leadership Program. Okay, so please note that the students are seated by major, but they are not required to be in alphabetical order so that they can sit with their friends. Will the candidates please stand as directed and proceed to your left onto the stage for recognition. Dean Newman will make a presentation to each of you, assisted by Dean Arthur Allert, Assistant Dean for Undergraduate Programs. After you cross the stage, return to your seat and remain there until everyone has been recognized. The ushers will assist you. Would the students in accounting and the master's program, professional accounting program, please proceed to the stage now. Here to recognize these degree candidates is Dr. Stuart Singer, a lecturer in the Department of Accounting.
Catherine Marie Wolf. Nidia A. Garcia. Yifei Liu. Cynthia Janelle Muller. Anna Pieri. Cassandra Lee Cordingly. Esther King. Allegra Bren Peterson. Samip Bhatia. Murtazali Muhammad Ali Nawab. Sharmeen Akbarali Maderia. Bethany Marie Ripple. Alicia Chanel Jones. Yi Chen. Erica Lynn Graham. Alexandra Greth Yarger. Tiffany Joy Miles. Lauren Hester Jason. Janet Wong. Candy Lee. Phoebe Wang. Elaine Han. Han Liu. Joyce Jisun Park. Adam Daniel Lindemuth. Bonnie Kate Castle. Stephen Achankini Senzi. Michael Ryan Grossman. Juan Enrique Castillo. Amin Amir Jina. Shaista Motani. Feni Novyanti G. Kevin Francis Bedford. Nathan Russell Penland.
Would the Business Honors Program students please proceed to the stage? Robert Prentice is here to recognize these degree candidates. Dr. Prentice is a professor in the Department of Business, Government, and Society and the director of the Business Honors Program.
Alice Renee Yu. Kelly Gina Han. Sunil Jaini. Amruta Jana Lagada. Teresa Marie Peterman. Chad Eric Zido. Kelly Louise Clark. Garrison Reed Taylor. Kristen Elizabeth Carter. John Michael Cassetta.
Would the students in the Finance Department please proceed to the stage? Will Way, a lecturer in the Department of Finance and faculty advisor for the department, is here today to recognize these degree candidates.
Sylvia Sun. David Alejandro Sanchez. Sana Ahmed. Harrison Hunter Montgomery. Peter Garrett Esbenson. Brittany Elise Jefferson. Christy Jemay Treat. Eric Thomas Robinson. Robert Michael Catalina. Ricardo Antonio Marillo. Kevin Chin. Cindy Denyi Tang. Christopher Aaron Brown. Colton Lee Hunt. Byung Hee Park. John Douglas Corey, Jr. Devong Shah. Mark Fan. Darshit Hitendra Modi. Christian Mazzini. Brittany R. Jones. Michael Balcom. Ramiz Amarali Prasla. Ashley Renee Chambers. Mason Moore Clement. Samuel Douglas Smyers. Merrill Lee Edson. Kelly A. Payne. Travis Eugene Lafayette. John Howard Thompson II. Richard Charles Behrens. Mary Carolyn Downs. Sunay Kim. Wanyin Tony Chin. Terrence T. Kong. Ayokunle Wale Onadiji. Janelle Keever James. Denise Alicia Sanchez. Luis Alberto Alarcon. Lee Murray Timmons. David Jose Williams. Andrew Raywood Dirk. Caroline Liu. John Edwin Gold.
Would the management majors please proceed to the stage? Dr. Christy Loescher, a senior lecturer in the Department of Management, is here to present the candidates.
Jacqueline Maria Piratello. Christopher Lawrence Quintero. Karen Daniela Pacheco. Jesus Ramirez. Ryan William Harlan. Cynthia Lizette Morales. Alec McCrae Lawrence. Hillary Aaron Rothenberg. Hansini Sharma. Ricky John Skidmore Jr.
Would the engineering route to business management information system and supply chain management majors please proceed to the stage? Dr. Loda Patton, a senior lecturer in the Department of Information Risk and Operations Management, will present the candidates.
Jorge Ibarra. Lindsay Carol Davis. Stephen Tribeau. Kyle James Norton. Kenneth Joseph Lark. Elizabeth Ashley Mai Abreu. Elaine Graham Stevens. Ember Morgan Fewer. Joshua Thomas Clayton. Shaylee Dawn Musney. Claudia Lizette Reyes. Christopher Ian Stryford. Jeshua Jonas Lowe. Juan Jose Aguilar. Paola Corral. Ryan Evan Bishop. Landon Drew Young. Clayton Thomas Passman. Christopher McPherson Berry. Megan Nicole Ducote. Belinda Ann Bennett. Jason Thomas Kobalan. Andre Paro Azzolini. Jason Charles Heilig. Bruce Mitchell Widerski. Daniel James Winchell. Elaine Sue. Gina Rose Schiller. Maggie Marie Maddox. Venkatesh Narain Pandurenja. Brandon Todd Jackson. Michael T. Gilliard. Adam Shack. Ian Rourke Warren. Michael Joseph Kent.
Now, with the international business and marketing majors, please proceed to the stage. Dr. Linda Golden, a professor in the Department of Marketing, will recognize the candidates.
Adali Miranda. Megan Ann McCowan. Lindsay Suzanne Montgomery. Alessandro Nardone. Michael Jean Goins. Vivian Wei Kei Chan. Hong Ti Nguyen. Shelby Rebecca Schoolcraft. Michaela Moria Chapman. Marcel Santille. Megan K. Obsta. Clarissa Annette Quintillina. Katie Elizabeth Brock. Jacob Alexander Ramos. Jeremy Wayne Hubick. Benjamin John Van Reichel. Grayson Noel Harden. Scott Michael Eisman. Betsy Solis. Erica A. Chung. J. Michael Esparza. Noe Chapa. Ryan Thomas Marshall. Mark Anthony Cheesem. Jessica Levick. Eurydiceus Perry. Jennifer Marie Carroll. Tiffany Michelle Outlaw. Kathleen Evans Scherer. Michael Walter Sang. Jefferson Wendell Fisher. Lindsay McDonnell. Ying Ying Lu. Thea Milan. Sonia Q. Robert Arthur Litteris Jr. Julio Cesar Banda. Sarah Ashley Erlon. Meanne Nim. Jasmine Simone Lyons.
Congratulations. Let's all applaud for this group. I, I hope you graduates can appreciate how happy some people are in the audience at this. And I'd like to recognize that group of family and friends. Could you please stand and let us give you a round of applause? All the families and friends that are here. Now, they're very happy, guys. Now, here to tell you about our alumni network is Jeff Melton, Executive Director of External Relations for the McCombs School of Business. Jeff.
Hang in there, we're just about finished. As alumni of the University of Texas at Austin and the McCombs School of Business, you are now part of one of the largest and most powerful alumni networks in the world. To help keep you connected to your alma mater, Dean Gilligan is giving each of you a one-year membership to Texas Exes. I hope you'll enjoy your membership over the next year and get involved with the Texas Exes group wherever you are in the world. I also hope you become more involved in the McCombs Alumni Network. The network connects McCombs' 80,000 alumni to each other and to McCombs, enhances the student experience through interaction with alumni, and provides lifelong learning opportunities. Immediately following the ceremony, there will be a congratulatory champagne toast for all graduates and their guests held in the Alumni Center. The Alumni Center is located on San Jacinto, directly across from the stadium. Congratulations once again, and welcome to the McCombs Alumni Network.
I know some of you are eager to see your diplomas, and you've probably discovered that what I handed you was not your diploma. Those diplomas will be mailed to you by the university in January, so that's when you can expect them. To close our ceremony, it's traditional that we join our new graduates in singing "The Eyes of Texas." After we sing, please remain standing while the faculty marches out. Graduates, you may then exit to Red River Street. The Irwin Center ushers will direct you. Family and friends of our graduates, please meet your graduates on the north side of the Irwin Center by the flagpoles. And now Matt Sang, a talented student graduating with a degree in marketing and a minor in finance, will lead us in the singing of "The Eyes of Texas." Matt's singing career began when he was a small child, singing in a citywide honor choir. He also had the opportunity to start an a cappella group called the Target Intones during his summer internship with the Target Corporation in Minneapolis. Here to lead us in "The Eyes of Texas" is Matt Zhang.
The eyes of Texas are upon you all the livelong day. The eyes of Texas are upon you. You cannot get away. Do not think you can escape them. Night or early in the morn, the eyes of Texas are upon you till